Hey guys, just wanted to introduce you to some of my books here. Some of them actually are doing pretty good. Okay, this ADU one is about how to build an ADU in your backyard. A lot of people are doing that to make money, and so this book is actually doing pretty good. My little Bitcoin book I put out in 2022 or 21. I can't remember. And then I updated in 2023. About to update it again. Actually, in a sense, this double life of Bitcoin is an update. Okay, and some of these books I make really easy, really quick. To read. The 1099 situation that people will be getting next year, even though the whole 1099K is whatever, right? The double life of Bitcoin, I'm talking about how Bitcoin is above ground and beneath ground. When I say, but the people that are investing in Bitcoin above ground, it's gambling pretty much. You can lose, you can make money, up and down, up and down. And then the underground Bitcoiners, they're like, you know what? We want to keep Bitcoin underground. We don't want to have money going through banks. We'll exchange. We'll barter with each other, basically. Bitcoin or whatever. And so now let's say Bitcoin. Okay, let me just take a moment here. Okay, so when I put Bitcoin out, I put this book out. It was right after Elon bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin, right? And then him and his programmers went somewhere and did something, and Bitcoin was never the same. But the whole point is, Bitcoin has miners, and the miners are the ones that mine the Bitcoin. Now, mind you, Bitcoin isn't even coined, and it's not even gold, right? It's not even, you know what I mean? It's numbers. You can assign a coin to it, like this guy did, but that's another story. The whole point is, you can buy Bitcoin, you can buy $100. I think it's at 95, 97 or whatever it is. You don't have to buy that. You can just buy $100 worth, right? You can buy 200, you can buy 500. Just don't spend more than you can afford to lose, okay? When I came on the scene, Bitcoin was about 10,000. And then I put like $100 in, and that went up to like 1,100. Yeah. And so I took like that 1,000 out and kept the 100 in, whatever. And so whatever, I just got a little bit now. Now it's up to 90 something. But the whole point I was gonna say is Elon. And so then when Elon gets down with Trump and they get together, all of a sudden Bitcoin is unleashed, and I just feel like there's something there. And Bitcoin is gambling, but that's okay. If you got $100, $200, $500, $1,000 to lose, go ahead and put it in there, because it's up and down. Now that it's been unleashed, in my opinion, because for a few years it was just hovering 61, maybe hovering the highest about 68, definitely no more than 70K for sure. And then all of a sudden, boom, 100K. And that's what's so powerful about crypto. It can go up just like that. You make a lot of money. That same 1,000 or whatever that I had in or whatever, I could have made money, but then I would have lost it by now too, though. I don't know. So anyway, that's what this book is about. And knowing what I know now about Bitcoin, yeah, I keep a little bit in. Like I said, no more than I can afford. But let me tell you real quickly before I go, the crazy thing about it is now, Gemini and Coinbase make their money is the fees. Man, those fees. You gotta pay fees to transfer. You gotta pay fees to pull your money out. Well, not to transfer, I'm sorry. Well, it all depends. Oh yeah, no, you do. When you're going from cash to Bitcoin, you're paying a fee. And when you're going from Bitcoin to cash, you're paying a fee. If you're in your Coinbase account, I think you can just buy within. But anyway, there's fees. And trust me, they add up. To about maybe 3%. It may even be more by now. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe drop an update maybe in 2025. But I don't know. Because in a sense, I wrote this. This was really technical. Not technical. It was easy for me because I'm a bookkeeper. That's, I'm a creative soul, but bookkeeping and taxes pay my money. And so I had to kind of figure out what was going on with this, And when I first bought some and I figured it out, I said, oh man, this is gambling. That's why I called it gambling on Bitcoin. Anyway, I did this in the form of stories, in three different people and 3 situations. So if a person falls within that situation, they get an idea what's going on. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, and then this one, A Beginner's Guide to Bookkeeping Terminology and Processes. Okay, it's not a how-to book. It's just that, in finance, you hear all these terms, and some of these people do those terms on purpose so that the business owner don't know what the heck they're talking about, right? It's crazy. But that's why I did this book. Accounts receivable, accounts payable, vendor, customer, reconciliation, profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow statement, whatever. What the heck? Businesses are like, what the hell is that, right? And then you launch, we launch. It's only 35, 36, 37 pages long. It should be a novel. But you know what? I skipped all the people chit-chatting, going in people's lives. Only going into 2 people's lives, basically. Pretty much a white chick named Amy and the black president who's female, biracial on top of that. Kind of Camilla, but I wrote this before Camilla. And she's not the president. Maybe in the future. But actually, I wrote this as a man. As a black man, and then I changed it to Camilla when I thought she was going to win. Not that, I won't get into my political views, but anyway, so I did you launch, we launch. Just basically saying, hey, Russia's always talking stuff, China, this, whatever. It's like, fine, you launch, we launch. Americans don't give a F. You know what I'm saying? So I use Amy's feelings to be like, what, so what? We're going to die anyway, kind of like attitude. Go ahead. And I use this podcast guy to like push it. Like the South Korean guy that's always talking about blowing up stuff. So in the book, I have this pod guy pushing that guy. Go ahead, do it. You talk all that stuff. Do it, whatever. So you launch, we launch. That's what that's about. Freelance bookkeeper, just showing people, hey, you know what I mean? If you're not in the bookkeeping game, or if you want to get in the bookkeeping game, if you're in or out, if you're in the game, maybe you're tired of working W-2. Maybe you're tired of being an employee, be your own boss. I'm just giving you some feedback. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of key things I learned as a business owner is, see, people always be wanting to tell me their problems. And so some of the business owners are telling me their problems, and it's like, you know what? I got to get rid of you, man. And I was getting rid of some really good clients that was becoming friends, but they were getting too close, but I didn't understand that. Now that I know a little bit, there's 2 types. You can have a client where it's a transaction. Like if you go to like a 7-Eleven store, you see that person one time, you buy, and you're out. You never see that person again. Well, you see them again, but you know what I mean? It's a transaction situation, So, and then there's the, I guess the service situation. I'm in the service game. I want to help people, but at the same time, I don't want to hear their problems. But then I realized, that's part of the game. You want to make money. You want to have these clients. I'm not saying you have to listen to their problems, but you have to be empathetic. And I wasn't. I can remember this one client. Her mom died. Father too. Different times. Really interesting situation because they both had Alzheimer's at the same time. And I was like, no, that ain't right. But, when her mom died, I don't know, maybe it's me, I don't know. I was like, well, gotta get back to work kind of like thing, And I don't know, I felt bad about that when I thought about it later, but that's what I'm talking about. So you have to be empathetic with your clients, man. Because, that's how you keep them around. That's how you get referrals and stuff. I had to learn the hard way. I have my clients now, and I'm glad I learned that. About being my own boss and having clients and stuff. Sometimes, gotta be empathetic, Anyway, so that's what this one is about right here. Teachers are not babysitters. I'm gonna always be educating myself. I'm gonna always be in school. Just keep on learning. So I wrote this as this one teacher, instructor. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm always in school, man. Just online. I gotta train. It's crazy units. But anyway, so I wrote this little whatever. It was an essay. And it was like teachers not babysitters. And I'm saying why education should end in the 9th grade. And it's like, I gave my little point to whatever teacher. Was like, damn, that's brilliant. Students was like, damn, this one student, like, that's brilliant to use those words. Like, really? You guys liked it that much? So much, the teacher liked it so much that she made it part of her curriculum. It's crazy. I know, not curriculum, literally. But when she used case studies, she used mine. So I'm appreciative. It's like, go for it. Apparently, and then so periodically she'll send me other people that have feedback on my book. Even though this is an expanded version, she gives me feedback. And so, yeah, I'm just talking a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, you administrators, you boards and all that, you ain't even needed. I'm talking about teachers. You ain't even going to be needed in a minute. All you're going to be doing is grading papers in a minute and smoking your cigarette or joint at the table at home or something. I'm talking about teachers, students clowning teachers. They got their phones. The teacher says X. The students pull up their phone and say, no, it's Y. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. So anyway, I'm just saying teachers are not babysitters. And yeah, school should end in the 9th grade. And what people should do after that is, I'm saying, 3 days of school. First of all, okay, I'm saying 3 days of school, and what am I saying? God, I forgot my own book. Why am I saying 3 days of school? Right. I'm actually laying out the curriculum from like kindergarten to the 9th grade. By the time they get to the 9th grade, there's only 3 days of school, okay, and they can have their 2 days off to do whatever they want to do, help out with the family, go get a little job or something, doesn't matter. That's their time. They go 3 days, they have to focus. I'm talking about books should be skinny. That's why I call my book Skinny Book Publishing. I'm saying that the book should be skinny, and so that when a student reads it, they feel like a sense of accomplishment, right? Anyway, so that's what this is about. It's real deep. 22 tips how to get out the ghetto. I wrote that. I think that was my second book. I've learned so much since then. I wrote it in 2018. I gotta upgrade it, but I'm so busy because it's so deep, man. It's really, in the end, I'm talking about the ghettos. Any place you don't want to be. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who you are, and the ghetto is in your mind. That's what I'm saying, right? And so, yeah. And so I'm just giving my little tips, but I've grown since this book. And so now the tips are still real, but now they be next level. This book right here, I see it's cutting off a little bit. Rise and Thrive in a Traumatized World. I'm just talking about nobody ain't coming to save you. You better save yourself. You better get into your mind and figure out a way. Because nobody outside of you is going to help you. Even with my 22 tips, I'm saying, hey, you know what I mean? Ain't the tax man. It ain't your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. It ain't, your job. It ain't the people. It's you. It's your own mind. It's your own mind that got you trapped in the ghetto, a mental ghetto. But anyway, Rise and Thrive is pretty good. Just saying, get off your buns because, if you didn't put no action behind your words, your thoughts, because you're smoking weed, getting high or whatever, drinking or whatever, doing all the drugs, whatever. Yeah. So if you want to die, just die, man. Just make room for the rest of us. I'm kidding. I'm just serious. Kidding, serious. I don't know. And so this one is how to get your book out of your head. I'm going to change this cover. I was just experimenting, I might use some AI, whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this and put something, whatever. It's going to definitely change. This one right here, I wrote this for, how would I call the people, They remind me of how celebrities used to sort of kind of be, influenced everybody. So I wrote this book, Don't Let Them See You Cry, because I did a little thing with chat. And I was like, what? I know these influencers are going up and down. They're having their issues. I'm not an influencer where I got 1 million followers. And trust me, I swear I don't even need the drama. Because when you have that type of people behind you, they have this great expectations. You say the wrong thing, whatever. I've never been really large with 1 million of them, and but before the internet, I had a little following. So by the time the internet came, I was like, forget it. I don't even bothered. Well, not the internet, but social media. Anyway, I wrote this book for influencers. Yeah, it's okay. What else I got here? Show more. Let me see here. Okay, so the ultimate tax compliance and cheat sheet is for people that, now they just got a whole nother new thing for January 1st, and I got to do a little video on that. But they have all these different situations. Okay, businesses have to pay federal tax, state tax, city tax for every city. So if there's 20 cities in Los Angeles, you have to pay city tax for Santa Monica, Culver City, Malibu, Pacific Palisades, City of Los Angeles, County of Los Angeles. And so I'm telling everybody, payroll taxes, the 941, the W-2, all these different forms you got to file. So I just going to compile this into a cheat sheet so that in January you can see what's due. And this is California. February you can see what's due, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Sci-fi. I love sci-fi. Actually, I need to name this what it's really called. The fall of humanity. Cyrus, the rogue AI. And so there's a script inside. I actually wrote it for this, whatever. What is that? One of those film whatnots. They pick the best script or whatever. Anyway, they didn't pick mine. Anyway, and so it's about this kid, about 15-year-old white kid, who's a genius basically. He gets bullied in school. They mess with him because he's always reading literal books, and they're like, books are, done with, stupid and doofus and everything else they call him. And so he creates an AI. The AI takes over the world. Yeah, but there's a catch. Bookkeeping mistakes. Owners, when if I go check out an owner's books, man, I can know right away what's going on. I run a couple of reports, I can see exactly what's happening. As a matter of fact, with bookkeeping, you can tell a lot about a person, business or personal, just by what you see them spend. And since, we use cash, but also a lot of people use their debit card and credit cards, and you can build a person's life. If me, as a bookkeeper, can build a person's life, imagine what the government is doing. Ooh. So that's what this is called. I'm just saying, there's some stupid mistakes, like not checking the bookkeeper paying their bills and stuff. No comment on that. I wrote this when ChatGPT came out. I realized, your wish is its command. What you need, you can really get if you know how to word it, right? And so Patrick Bet with that entertainment, whatever YouTube station, I heard one day right when chat came out, he was like, I went over there, I typed in, how to write a Tupac song, and it, boom, listed it for me right away. I knew what was happening. I went over there, I logged in, I got in, blah, 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 boom. I knocked out a couple of tight books, like I always do around this time of year. I did this one, I think. I had already wrote this one, which is a variation of this one. And there's another one. But the whole point is, I realized, chat, it could definitely help me with my writing. At first I was kind of irritated. I was like, but I wrote about 10 books before chat. And so I was like, I'm not taking my words. You're not taking my power. You're not going to take whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized it's not taking nothing. It's just making my writing better. It's putting it on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's deep. I'm busting out books now. I think I'm up to 21. I don't even know, to be honest with you. This was my very first book. One Offer Away from Wealth. I heard this guy, Perry Belcher, he was like, all my clients keep saying they're just one offer away from wealth. And I was like, man, I feel like that too. So it's one offer away from wealth. Sooner or later you will arrive, and you know it. That's how I feel. But what is the arrival? What is the rival? Is it a whole bunch of money in the bank? Is it peace of mind? Is it freedom to do what you want to do? For me, definitely. I tell myself right now, if I had $5 million in the bank right now, what would I do? I have a nice car already. I probably would upgrade it. But maybe not. I don't know. Actually, I think I would buy some land and build a high-tech farm. A little bit, maybe, probably. I have an idea in my mind. I'm not going to take some shitty house and rebuild it. That's what I would do. But not spend too much money. And then I would definitely help people. I want to help people. I want to figure out a way. Whether it's giving them socks, giving them a meal or something. So I'm going to create something. I have some things in mind, actually, with some space that's downtown Los Angeles. But it won't be me, because I can't be there, man. I don't have the patience. I would like to create something, a nonprofit situation, but I got so much going on. I don't know. So every day I ask myself, what would I do if I was $1 million? I think I've only spent maybe about $1.5 million. And 5 million, in my mind, 5 million ain't that much, right? So anyway, so I'm talking about one offer away from wealth. And I can't help but feel that one day I'm going to write a book, and it's going to be turned into a movie, and I'm going to be like, yeah! And I'm working on stuff right now, actually. I got a lot going on now. So anyway, 22 tips how to get unstuck is actually this one. These two are the same. I wrote this for black people and I wrote this for white people. And one day I went to the post office and I was just seeing how much the weight is, and the lady I was showing them, she said, oh yeah, you wrote this for black people and I wrote this for white people. I said, yeah, you're right. As a matter of fact, I did. Same thing, you know what I mean? Stuck is any place you don't want to be. Doesn't matter where you live or who you are. We just get stuck in our minds, Anyway, so a cryptic interview with ChatGPT. Around the same time I was learning about ChatGPT, I realized, you know what? They keep talking about AI being sentient, meaning that it could think for itself. Yeah, okay, maybe we're not there. But definitely, I noticed something right away. And this is, it'll be 2 years. And so I was asking Chat about AI taking over the world, etc., etc. Very cryptic answers, and so I put them in there, right, and turned it into a book. And again, this is just a weight loss book, using the power of positive thinking to overcome obesity. I made it real simple. This cover, which I will change when I get time. This one right here, I thought I changed this cover. I don't like that. But anyway, yeah, I did change. Anyway, yeah, I did change this cover. But anyway, so the Earth Experiment in a Cosmic Zoo. I had already had a whole bunch of audio, and what I did was I turned the audio into text, dumped it into ChatGPT, boom, and gave it a name, cleaned it up, put it in my words a little bit more, and then it's just a small little, it's not even a book, but it's just thoughts. What if, aliens are watching us? We have all these different, animals per se in the universe, and so many more that we can't even see, that hey, maybe we're their entertainment. Maybe Earthlings are aliens entertainment. So anyway, so this one right here is Aunt Jean's Lose 10 Pounds. Wrote this for Chat too. And yeah, it's just some story I just made just to sell a book, because it was around the holidays and I wanted to sell a book. I don't know, I'm a salesperson, but I understand with sales, everybody's a salesperson. It doesn't matter what you do, you're a salesperson. You're selling your kids to do something, you're selling your husband or wife to do something, you're selling your mate to do something. So the word sales has a bad rap, but hey, it's real, You're buying and selling every day, everybody, So, again, I just did this book because I understand how certain foods can help us lose weight. And I do it for me too. I'm in the 200 club, man. I'm trying to get out. I know the scales don't lie. And so it's all about a routine, which I figured out. When I was locked up at one time, I got into a routine. I know it's crazy. God, I think I was like 30 on top of that. It's crazy. I won't get into it now, but so that it's all about a routine. And it is possible to drop 10 pounds in 7 days. If you drink coconut water, yeah, it's possible. And not eating a whole bunch of sugar and stuff, Let's see what else I got in here. Disgusted, another diet book. Every year I come out with one. I haven't come out with one this year. I'm shocked, Why is this book short? Okay, right here, that looks weird. I'm going to check into that. They Are Not Evil. 25 symptoms fathers should know about. 25 symptoms. Okay, so I documented my menstrual cycle for 35 years. And when I was a temp back in the day, I worked in a lot of businesses from like downtown Los Angeles to Malibu to Playa del Rey. I mean, these are all nice places. Just everywhere. I was like the #1 temp, man. And at least that's what they told me. I was getting around. But anyway, also I was working with a lot of different women, and it got to the point is I could tell when they were on their menstrual cycle, whether it's a bad attitude, eating meat, wanting sugar, just being a bitch. That's where that whole thing came from. So I said, let me go ahead and let fathers know. It's like, you're useless to her. Just leave her alone, right? Even some women don't even know, right? And so I didn't even write it for them. I wrote it for the fathers, because some of them don't even know. And no doctor can't tell me nothing about it, because I've checked it for myself every month. Really longer than 35 years, really. And so anyway, that's what this book is about. And so I wrote this book because Amazon was having some type of writing, whatever. So this, The Eye of Sparrow, never play kamikaze with humans. It's about some birds that, two sparrows that keep messing with this fat man. You know what I mean? They keep flying by and messing with them. And then one day, Sparrow gets slapped out of the sky. And that guy tosses him in the trash. Okay? It's a long story. This picture doesn't do it justice. Actually, this isn't... I have another one, you know. So anyway, so it says 30. I don't know if it's that many or not. And then also over here, which you can't see, I go by anonymous as well. This is the marketing snitch. I'm actually going to update this. This is because there's a lot of gurus talking stuff, and I was like, no, man, you gurus, you liars, about marketing on the internet. So that's what that's about. So yeah, I don't know how many books I got. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So I just want to just show you that, and a little something I'm doing. And then also, I might as well send some here. Let me just show you something. Yeah, long video, what the heck, you know, it's like that sometimes. I'm taking you in the background of my KDP Direct Publishing. Like I said, I did write a book on how to write a book. But if you already have your book out, don't forget to promote and advertise, especially if you have Kindle, okay? And I got a couple of templates out there. Here it is right here, but I tested this cover. It's not happening, so I definitely need to change it, okay? But anyway, that's it, people. This Bitcoin book is pretty good, but I think The Double Life of Bitcoin is a little better, so you can understand Bitcoin. If you were to read this one, this Bitcoin, and this one at the same time, you would definitely have more of an understanding. But again, you can buy Bitcoin for $100. You can buy Bitcoin for $10. You know, by the time you pay a couple dollars fee, it's like, is it worth it? But yeah, take $100, go to Coinbase. I guess Gemini is okay too, but go to Coinbase.com and yeah, that's it. Thanks for viewing, and hope you got something out of this. All right, thanks.